he had a very, very similar quote talking about someone who he was alleged to have sexually assaulted, and he just referred to her as some dumb bee. So
I don't like the tape runs either. These are they remind me a lot of, in fact, when we've talked about it off the air, I've often got them confused with one another because they seem so alike, right? Anyway, so then opening remarks were also done by the defense, right? But they were only done by two of the defendant's lawyers. So the opening remarks were done by Tal's attorney, Deanna Paul, and Oren's attorney, Tony Garagos, who, by the way, remember I told you to keep this in mind, represented Diddy. So these two lawyers are facing each other in federal court once again. Isn't that interesting?
That is
it really is.
I mean, after such a short time, it's very interesting. I wonder if there's any, they beat me last time, I better be, on my, I don't know. I wonder if lawyers do that. We'll have to ask
human beings
Jared Ferrantino. I mean, I would imagine there's some kind of pride, right, along there, I'm going to beat this one. I don't know. But they probably see each other often, I'm sure. I mean, they're both federal lawyers, so.
I'm sure they do. And you were saying how they only had two of the three attorneys coincided. It's not ironic that they only had two female attorneys speak, so I think there was a strategy with that.
Right, yeah, Deanna Paul, who's representing Tal, is a woman, and then, of course, Tony Garagos is also a woman. So it was all women today. Alon's attorney, his name is Howard Schwartnick, and he reserved his opening statement for when the defense's case in chief begins. So he's going to give his opening statement when the state rests and the defense goes, which is maybe kind of smart.
It seems logical.
It does.
That's a good way
because I'm sorry, go ahead, Courtney.
Oh, I was going to say, I think it is smart. I agree, because it gives you the chance, and in these opening statements, not that you can say whatever you want, but everything you say does not have to be backed up, minute by minute with the facts. And so it gives you another chance to completely set the table again for your client.
100%. And he's going to have the benefit of knowing what the state's presented. Everything that's been said, and I don't know. I think it's kind of smart. Even though I don't want them to be smart, I want them to be dumb in this case. But it does seem like it's pretty smart. So Garagos, Oren's attorney, said, "You may view my client's conduct as immoral, but that alone does not make it criminal sex trafficking." She also went on to say her client, Oren again, was a womanizer and a playboy, but not a rapist. She continued, "He was out to have as much sex as possible with as many women as he could, but he was not a predator." And that's what she said in her opening remarks. Deanna Paul, who's representing Tal, get this. And I kind of chuckled when I read this. Her name's Deanna Paul, and she said she's representing Tal again. She said, "We're not here for the a-hole awards." I can't say the right word. The a-hole awards. If we were, we could lock them up and we could all go home. But that's not what we're here for. So basically, she's saying, yeah, they're jerks, right? But that's not criminal. That's not why we're here. So you can't judge them because they're jerks.
Right. And listen, if you are just joining us on that quote about the A-hole awards, we are talking about the Alexander brothers, three brothers who are on trial for sexual assault and other allegations